What's up, everybody? Welcome to the NX Show live on twitch.tv/the NX Show. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
E3 is alive. Yes.
That is true. It is alive. It is happening right now on Twitch or other places, all kinds of places. As of Saturday, it's EA Play. They just showed Jedi Fallen Order. Also, that sweet, sultry voice you just heard was the streamer's champion, Ray Apollo.
I go by the King of Games now.
Oh, you're the King of Games now. Is that what I should start referring to you as?
You don't have to call me that.
No, you can't call him King of Games. You got to wait till his internet get running first.
Wow,
that's
Ed,
true.
I didn't think you was just good.
Dude, every time
me like that.
Every time I open Twitter, he's like, my internet's dead.
That's that. Right.
And then I just see like this.
I didn't say King of the Internet.
I see this selfie video, and it's like, my internet's dead. We're gonna do it soon or something.
I thought y'all were my friends. Oh, okay. I thought we were cool.
We are cool, but But if you're gonna put the receipts out, we gotta use them. That's all.
You know what? I got y'all numbers now. All right, I got them.
Oh, you already know that I'm about to continue to show you love, and thank you for realizing the top 10 snacks that I posted.
Top 10 snacks.
That was so.
I want some
snacks. I'll snacks in chat.
Yeah, I was so amazed that you and Jesse don't know nothing about Pizza Puffs, and I
have never heard of a Pizza Puff in my life.
I've
heard of a calzone, but I've never heard of a Pizza Puff.
I've never heard of Pizza Puffs either. What is this? Is this a Chicago thing?
It may be.
Oh, there it is. You know, I don't live anywhere with special pizza.
But you know what? I thought Pizza Puffs was like a common thing because they sell it. They sell it a lot in like grocery stores.
Are you talking about like pizza rolls, like little itty bitty, like
no.
not like Totino's pizza rolls, like real ones, like little rolls that are like this with pizza inside?
Oh, is it a fancy hot pocket?
In a sense, it's kind of
fancy hot pocket.
Because it's the Pizza Puff is deep fried.
Oh. This sounds great. Oh, no. I need a Pizza Puff in my life for real now. You didn't say that before, Ed.
Yeah.
Now I'm all about it.
Just look at Pizza Puff in Chicago, and you'll probably come up with a picture, and you'll probably see it. I'm afraid,
but I'm going to look up if I look up Pizza Puff.
But that, yeah. But, Corey, we got some stuff.
Oh, yeah. We should probably get to the meat of the show. So we got a huge show for you guys. We're going to... We kind of talked during the pre-show, if you're listening to this on Tuesday when it pops up on your podcast feed, we kind of talked about we're going to do on the pre-show on Twitch, we're going to talk about what we've been playing there and kind of other things. And then as we get into the show, we're going to talk about news and questions and everything. So, but we're going to do some housekeeping first. First of all, I want to welcome you to the NX Show, where we talk about video game news and other shenanigans here. You can catch us live on twitch.tv/the NX Show or on codenamenx.com/live every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific for pre-show, followed by the podcast. If you can't join us live, it's not a big deal. You can head over to codenamenx.com, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or your podcast service of choice every Tuesday at 7 a.m. for a fully edited podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NX Show and the NX Facebook page. You can also join our Facebook group when the 28 days of secrecy are over. So, I don't know if you guys have ever managed a Facebook group, but when you put it secret, you can't unsecret it for 28 days. So I think we've got like 10 days left.
We're almost out of secret jail.
Yeah. Rolled doubles. Anyways, that's not all we have for you. We have upcoming shows such as NS Real Talk, our movie review show, and the epic return of Squad Goals and Royale with Cheese, which we did a little bit last weekend. And, of course, Indie Masterclass and other content coming your way to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/NX Project. If you have any questions, you can tweet at us, look for the question thread in our Facebook community, or email us at contact@codenamenx.com. We'll also take live Twitch questions if you are in the Twitch chat, so come join us. And remember, you can find all of our content on codenamenx.com, including blogs, reviews, live streams, all that stuff. So, also before we get into the meat of our show, we announced our Mario Maker 2 giveaway last week, but not two, but a lot of people sent me friendly reminders that we did not tell everybody how they could enter the contest. So,
rip.
whoops.
Whoops.
So here's how you can enter the show. The rules are simple. You subscribe to us on YouTube, podcast services, and twitch.tv/TheNX Show, and then screenshot your subscription and send it to contact@codenamenx.com with the reason why you enjoy our show. If you rate us on a podcast service and review us and send that screenshot in as well, you'll be granted a second entry. In fact, if you send screenshots of all these things, YouTube, podcast service, twitch.tv, and your podcast review, that will grant you 4 entries to our giveaway. So, do it now, and you have 4 chances to win Super Mario Maker 2 on Nintendo Switch.
That's a lot of chances.
Yeah,
Yes.
so better get those in. Better get them in. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. We're going to give away the game on Saturday after the game comes out to grant you an extra week of entry. So that'll be June 29th during our live show, or that'll be July 1st, I think, is the following Tuesday. If you can't join us live, you can find out if you won there as well. Or you can just check out our Twitch archive video. So, all that said, enter our giveaways for Super Mario Maker 2. The email address is contact@codenamenx.com. Just put a subject line, giveaway. So we're going to, like I said earlier, we're going to kind of skip over what we've been playing this week to get into this news, because we are about to have some major discussions here.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Destiny 2, Shadowkeep. We're going to talk about Google Stadia. We're going to talk about a bunch of leaked games this past week. But first, we're going to talk about the Pokemon Sword and Shield Direct. Ed, you were kind enough to share your optional opinion notes with me earlier, and I really appreciate that, because trying to watch the Pokemon Direct on an elliptical at the gym an hour before the show starts and take notes on it sounds like a nightmare. So, yeah. You know, when you're writing...
Have some more faith in yourself, son.
No, this is what I did, though. Ed sent me his show notes for optional opinion, which you can check out on podcast services and SoundCloud. And, you know, I just kind of was writing the show notes, and I would switch them between the email app and my notepad, switching back and forth. It was a good time.
What it sounds like you need is iPad OS, which is coming soon.
Yeah, sounds like that's exactly what I need, although I just purchased a massive Mac to video edit on, so I don't know. Does it come with an iPad?
I mean, it should. Tim Cook, I know you're watching. Hook us up.
Mom!
No, Tim. Give me an iPad.
Well, let's jump into the Pokemon.
Yeah, let's talk about Pokemon. They showed off the new starters, Scorbunny, Grookey, and Sable.
Show me what Grookey evolves into, you cowards. I want to see it.
I like the fact that Grookey waves around giant sticks.
And a giant mallet. A Grookey gang for life.
Yeah. So, although I'm going with Scorbunny because I'm a fire guy.
Ray, are you grass?
I am now.
Charmander for life.
Yeah, because I've always been grass, so Grookey is my choice too. When you said it too, I was just like, yes.
Bulbasaur's back there, so I mean, yeah, I only have Bulbasaur stuff. Yep, I'm a grass boy. Yep, it's true.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I haven't played a Pokemon game in a while, but I am pretty excited for this one.
I'm glad.
I'm glad. So they kind of showed off a semi-open style where it's kind of like they want you to. I felt like the whole time they're trying to evoke the Zelda sensation out of you the first time we saw that Breath of the Wild trailer, but then they were also trying to get you to feel like, oh, this is the Pokemon you know and love. By the way, just kind of different.
I mean, because, you know, those nostalgia fans, they get scared off with anything super different, you know? So they have to make you feel like it's kind of the same. But I'm like, no, let's get weird, Pokemon. Game Freak, let's get weird. I want you to be weird with Pokemon. Pokemon should be weird.
Not too...
They should be.
Not dangerously weird. Just fun weird.
they so Game Informer has a comparison of the Zelda music with the little piano thing.
Yeah.
And they used the same thing in the Pokemon Direct.
Yeah.
But a little bit slowed down.
They did. Somebody else told me that, and I was like, "Come on, yeah, I know," but I'm like, They only did that because now that piano startup invokes like this sense of like wonder and open exploration.
Yeah.
You know,
but it sounds good. Like
yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
I'm just like okay, Pokemon. I need your soundtrack. Yeah. But yeah, I think it looks very impressive. Very just like detailed. It still has some Pokemon Go, Eevee, Go
Which
Pikachu.
is smart. It's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I really can't wait to see the rest of the characters in here because I really like the art direction and character art that they designed in this. I'm like, oh, they are on point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really like the designs of the show, or of the game. I like I really like the way the models look, and I know like they kind of evoke the Let's Go vibe, but they have like a
Sonya, she a snack. It's good. I understand. Yeah.
I well, before we go on,
I hope she's at least 18, please. That'd be great. That'd be real awkward.
So we mentioned Grookey, Square Bunny, and Sabo, but they introduced new characters. Wooloo, he's a sheep. If you are on Twitter, you have seen fan art like crazy.
Yes, you have. All of a sudden, the internet loves that little dumb thing.
Yeah. Gossifleur, he's a flower who evolves into Elgos.
Nobody cared about Gossifleur.
But let me tell you, they changed Gossifleur into a drag queen.
They did. They really did. You're right.
I was just like, oh.
I was like, everybody's talking about everybody but Gossifleur. I was like, oh, poor Gossifleur.
Yeah. Dreadnought, he is a biting Pokemon. He looks like a cross between a rock and a turtle.
It's a big old snapping turtle. Yep.
Yeah. I love his design. I was just like, can I please have a plush of this?
It looks good.
But
they did a version of that.
Yeah, but the standout one, and this is going to probably be an amiibo that would sell out. Corvin Knight, he is a raven.
The black electric raven thing that they showed?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a steel flying type.
Yeah, he's cool.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, it must have been like they must have edited it weird because like the attack that they showed after they showed that Pokemon was like looked kind of electric-y, but it also could be like a weird steel attack and just having some kind of flair to it, you know.
I think steel Pokemon can learn electric attacks like that, so that's not out of the question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that bird looked really cool. I'm like,
yeah,
that thing's going in my party.
And it's basically the Uber of the gallery.
Yeah, so he will fly you to any places. He's like the kind of almost like the flying type. They usually fly you anywhere. So Corvin Knight, he looks really, really good. I really love his design. But they also showed off the two legendary Pokemon, Zacian, legendary Pokemon who is a wolf with a sword in his mouth, and Zamazenta, legendary Pokemon.
Somebody played Dark Souls at Pokemon Company. Just throw that out there.
Right. Zamazenta, his main is the style of a shield. So those are the kind of the 9 Pokemon they actually show from this direct. And of course like Pikachu, but we'll mention that a little bit later. Zacian, I love his name.
Yes, that's such a good name.
Yeah. I was just like, ooh, I might name my child this if I ever have. Or adopt one. I don't know.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Well, I already have a... Yeah, Okami will be my daughter name if I ever have a child.
Okami sounds like a good people name, actually. Yeah.
Man, Pokemon, man. These names. At least they're getting away from like the ice cream cones and the bags of trash.
Garbage.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
And
not wrong.
Isn't there one that's like a chandelier?
Yes.
There's
a chandelier, a ring of keys. Yeah, they got into some weird stuff there for a minute. They really did.
Somebody moving, and they're like, "Oh man, let's just sketch out these designs for Pokemon." I got all this trash. I got to take down the chandelier. Oh, my keys. Got to drive somewhere. That's a good one.
That's a good Pokemon, yeah. But all the Pokemon are being created by a man named James. Which cracked me up, by the way. I was like, oh, they're like, to our art director, James. And I go, oh, okay, James.
Hello.
Go off, James.
Look, he's
James.
like this. Over to you, Jamie.
Isn't he like isn't he British though?
Yes.
Isn't he like
he is
there
British.
to
Yes.
be the
He had to do a lot of reshoots because that thing was edited like almost every line that he said. I was just like,
yes.
Yeah.
James, but we also know he's a member of Team Rocket. So you're not fooling anybody, James.
Yes.
Nobody.
So let's jump into some of the new characters they also introduced. Leon, he's the champion of the region.
Leon, he looks like a Leon. Looked exactly like a Leon. I was like, oh, of course his name's Leon. He has a cape.
He has a brother named Hop. He is going to be your rival throughout the Pokemon game, Sword and Shield. There also is going to be Professor Magnolia and her granddaughter, Sonia, Magnolia's granddaughter and assistant. And then is Milo. He's the grass-type gym leader that you see. He's this big, buffy dude with this red hair.
The buffest boy, swole, and ain't got no nose.
And
did you see the things going around that people think that he's just Ditto posing as a Pokemon trainer?
I think so. You're right.
But let's just say the community has have various outlooks and various opinions about Milo. Do fan art, like the fan art of him that dropped. I was just like, I'm amazed, but you guys are doing a little bit the most with Milo. Heck, shoot, Wooloo got a plush like 10 minutes after the direct.
Already?
Yes, people are selling plushies of him. They have made a plushie of Wooloo already. I was just like, wow.
Okay, dude.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Pokemon fans, go off.
Man. Also, in this direct, they showed off the Dynamax giant Pokemon.
Yes,
Am I getting that right?
Dynamaxing for a minute.
Yeah. So Dynamaxing, it makes your Pokemon giant. You will have 3 turns to use them. It can only be used once in a battle. Also, you can fight Dynamax players when you join 3 others and you guys find them. If you connect local online, you and 3 other players can fight certain Pokemon who is in Dynamax mode throughout the fight. And if you win, you'll have a chance to capture them.
Yeah, they showed that really cool battle between a Raichu and a Gyarados.
It's a raid. It's a Pokemon Go raid in a mainline Pokemon game, and I'm really excited about that because it now adds a whole new level of playing with your friends in Pokemon. Because believe it or not, playing Pokemon is still a very isolating experience up until now. Now you can actually do stuff with your friends. Like you could do other weird stuff before, like visit secret bases and competitions. And I'm like, that's okay. But now you're actually like doing an activity with your friends, and I think that's really cool. And I'm really happy that is also one of the really good parts of Pokemon Go bleeding into the rest of the series. It's really smart. But Dynamaxing is awesome. I'm trying to be careful with my words, but I'm not gonna mention them. I prefer Dynamaxing to Mega Evolves. I do. Mega Evolves are cool, but I'm like, that gets too much into Digimon territory. Let Digimon have their stuff.
I kind of feel like this was like the Street Fighter super moves.
Kind of,
you put at the bar and you could use it. I feel like it's that because it looks like you could use it since you could use it once, and within 3 turns. I'm assuming that you'll be fighting for a while. You have to build it up and then you can use it.
I feel like you can use it like anytime you want. I think because it looks like just kind of it's like a Mega Evolve when you can use it just when you have it ready. But I'm like, I just prefer this. It supercharges your Pokemon for a bit. It just kind of changes the way that you fight. With the Mega Evolves, it's like, oh yeah, we have cool new looking Pokemon. I'm like, I don't really care about them looking different. They evolve for a reason. Like if they don't, like Pokemon who didn't evolve, this was kind of a way to give them a different look. Which I was like, oh, that's okay. But I'm like, oh, and somebody will be like, well, why not both? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But I prefer Dynamaxing, I think. I like the idea more of Dynamaxing than I do of Mega Evolution. I just do.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it look really cool when your Pokemon are real big fighting each other.
Exactly. I can't wait to Dynamax a Caterpie. Give me a Caterpie.
What is the shell one? The heart.
Metapod.
Yeah.
What
Metapod.
What happens to a Dynamax Metapod when you harden? And that's the only thing it can do.
Super hardened. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maximum hardness.
I just want my Raichu. I really want to see him Dynamax to just have that long. I love Raichu's long tail.
I'm glad that it's not just me who's also preferred Raichu to Pikachu for all these years. I'm like, Pikachu's cool.
I just remember that episode of the anime where Pikachu was fighting Raichu at Lieutenant Surge's gym.
Yes.
And then Ash offered him the Thunderstone or whatever. And then they went out and trained, and Pikachu got real fast and confused Raichu. I'm like,
well, and then when he was like, "Do you want to evolve?" and Pikachu looked at him like, "Am I a joke to you?"
I thought we were friends.
Well, the last part of the Pokemon Direct, they talked about Pokemon gyms. You'll now be fighting in stadiums. And like I said, the gym leader has a Dynamax Pokemon, or they could Dynamax their Pokemon. The game will be out globally November 15th, and you guys can pre-order the game if you want to. It is
also a double pack.
Yes.
Which, okay, do both cartridges come in one case, or is it just like a cardboard box that goes over two cases?
So
because
I think they're giving you a steel book where you can put both in it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But you'll probably get two individual plastic cases in it. But then you can put them both in that steel book.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we move on, what stood out from this direct to you? Like, what was your favorite thing from this direct besides like the Dynamaxing and just the new Pokemon in general? Like, to me, like, this game just looked like, I know it's been stuck on handhelds for a long time, but like, even compared to last year's Let's Go games, like, this game just looked, it kind of had a Xenoblade vibe to it.
Yeah. The one that stood out to me is just the art style. Just like, once again, Game Freak and Nintendo, just like, I feel like y'all are always the masters of art styles, because there's just something about it that pops, and it just makes you look good. And for people to do fan art that quick after a direct, that's insane. That people have their own interpretations. So I'm definitely just like, I need the game now.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking like, man, I'm gonna be into this, and like, it's funny because my daughter, she doesn't know anything about Pokemon. She's 10 months old, but like but there's a couple of stuffed animals that she really likes right now, and one of them is, she's really into dragons right now. Actually, one of them is this little Figment. And then there's one in her room it's about this size. It's Charizard.
Oh.
And she just like, she's really into it. And I'm like, man, I can't wait till she's old enough to like want to play these games, because because in like 2 or 3 years, she's gonna be able to play Let's Go. We'll be able to play through that together.
True.
So, and I'm saving the Eevee version for her because I figure she'll want Eevee over Pikachu.
I mean, Eevee is cuter than Pikachu, so you smart. But anyway, I think I'm most excited. I think the thing I like about this the most is the overworld. The overworld looks completely different.
Yes.
I don't know if it was just me, but it looks like there's this big open. The wild center they talked about is the big, and it's in the middle of all of the region, and it looks amazing. The Pokemon being on the overworld map. That's all I need. That's all I wanted from Pokemon Let's Go.
I'm so
when
happy.
they gave me that Let's Go, I was like, if that's not in the next Pokemon game, I'll be very disappointed. And
because
they're actually in the game.
Yeah,
because people say they don't want random encounters.
I mean, I'm fine with random encounters, but I just wanted Pokemon on the overworld map. I wanted to be able to go see a Pokemon and go get it. That's what I like.
Yeah. I mean, that's, man, I really love that part in oh my gosh, what is happening?
Your brain.
No, I accidentally started playing the theme song again. That was my bad. My bad, everybody. I'm sorry. I really like that fact in Let's Go, where you could actually see what Pokemon are roaming the area, and like to see that in a fully realized kind of almost 3D space this time, and being able to move the camera around looks like a big edition. I know that sounds like a small,
a humongous edition. That's not a small thing.
No, I know. I mean, I know that sounds small compared to all the other games that we play all the time, but like, man, just being able to move that camera is just like, yes, thank you.
Well, because the game is in 3D, so it just makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield, November. Already pre-ordered, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm not really a big pre-orderer. I like to go buy things.
Yeah, I'm getting both versions. I'm getting Sword and Shield.
I like it. I like it when Amazon just sticks an envelope in my mailbox. I can just go out and get it when I get home.
Well, if Amazon can give it to me like before like 8 p.m. the day it comes out, then I would do it. But they don't because I live in the Midwest.
We all live in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's weird though because like everybody always talks about the Midwest, and I'm like, I live in Ohio, and they're like, people are trying to convince me that Ohio's not the Midwest, and I'm like,
it don't count.
It's like the eastern part of the Midwest.
You part of the Midwest.
Eastern.
You part of the Midwest.
It don't count. It's time zone, not even Midwest time zone, not Chicago time, Eastern time.
But
so,
Indiana,
don't count.
But Indiana's on the same time, and that's right next to us. That's Midwest.
It don't count.
It doesn't count. It never counts.
Don't count.
So, anyways, Pokemon looks great. I can't wait. Yeah. So, where do we want to go from here? Let's go to Google Stadia.
Yes.
Google Stadia.
An impressive Nintendo Direct style video. With Phil Harrison kind of talking in the void, the white void of space and time, and I watched the Game Informer watch along thing. I actually watched the Giant Bomb and the Game Informer ones, and when all those quotes started popping up around him, both of them were like, those are Phil Harrison quotes in the white void. But in all seriousness, Google Stadia this year only on Google themed devices like Chromecast and Chrome browsers and Google Pixel 3. But the Founders Edition is coming this year in what they said November for $129.99, which is relatively cheap. I thought it was going to be a little bit cheaper than that, but it does come with a 3-month buddy pass that you can give to someone so they can play Google Stadia for free for 3 months. And it comes with the limited edition Night Blue controller, which, looks cool, I guess. And then it's
sold the black controller exclusively there. Should have sold the black one.
By the way, did you see what they named the white controller?
No, I didn't actually. What's the name?
Clearly White.
What?
That's what they named it. Clearly White.
Freaking Google. Google. And their names, colors. Okay. All right, Google.
Once again, the black community just puts their hands on their head and just be like, why?
So.
But no, Stadia, I thought the show itself was to the point. They showed me some games that first off, they led with Baldur's Gate 3. So I was already like, okay, I'm here for this. Yeah. I didn't expect to see that, but everything else we saw, we expected to see. The show was like I said, the show was to the point. This is what it is. Here you go. And I appreciate that. I didn't want them beating around the bush talking about tetraflops and all the stuff about the servers. I didn't care about that. That's not important. Yeah. I'm sure somebody cares about that, but they can do that at a different place.
They did at GDC.
Yeah, they did. Like they had that talk at GDC, but I did appreciate the quick recap, like at the beginning, in case
Oh well, with like just the important stuff. I'm like, okay, if you're in that tier, this is what you get. That's important. Yeah. Had they not done that, that would have been a humongous fail. Yeah. So I'm really happy they did that. Yeah. But I'm still wary that at 35 down, you're gonna be getting 4K resolution streaming. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll see.
Yeah. Look. I mean, I'm sure like when you go into like a Google Stadia, account or whatever, you can say, okay, these are my preferred streaming settings. So like,
I hope so.
I prefer 1080p 60 frames. Right. That's pretty much all I want. And like, if I can get that, because we have there's a gig internet in our area, so like I have 100 down and 100 up, and so like if I can get 60 frames a second and with minimal lag, playing Destiny at 60 frames a second, I'd be like,
it'll be nice and crispy.
Oh man,
that's nice and crispy.
Oh jeez. So basically, let's get down to what they are offering with they announced Stadia Pro and Stadia Base. Stadia Pro is what you get with the Founders Edition. It's $9.99 a month, and you get access to 4K, 60 frames a second, and 5.1 surround sound, pending internet connection. Also, they showed if you have 10 down, it's like 720p and stereo sound or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you get access to that, discounts on purchasing games, and then a similar thing to Game Pass, I think is what they said, to where there's a rotating catalog of games that you can play, as well as discounts on games that you can purchase. You get access to all of Destiny 2, including all expansions, including the upcoming Shadowkeep expansion, which we will definitely have a big conversation about that later. And you get to transfer your Guardians over if you want to stay there. Of course, later they did confirm that it's just cross-save across all
just
platforms.
cross-save, no cross-play yet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're saving that for Destiny 3.
Yeah. And it works on Google Chromecast Ultra, which the Founders Edition does come with. Chrome browsers, Pixel 3 and Pixel 3a, which is the phone that comes out later this year, which my wife will be able to play Stadia on her phone this year because she has a Pixel. And coming to other devices in 2020. The list of big games that they showed off were Baldur's Gate 3, which Ray mentioned already, Guilt from Tequila Works, which is a horror-style game that looks pretty interesting if you're into horror games, which I am not, because I'm a big wimp.
I'm a big old wuss.
That one looked really good, and I will play that.
We'll put night vision on Ed and have him play it for a stream. They showed Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which the more and more I see of that game, the more and more I want to play that game.
I mean, you should want to play it with me, of course. Duh.
I have concerns, but
concerns. Ed, you've yet to play a game with me.
Ed, I'm concerned. About you.
Once you experience it, it's okay. Then you'll want to play games like that forever.
The Division 2. Oh, sorry, Ed. You want to continue?
No, I was just going to say, play Eagle Ruku with me.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Your whole situation.
I don't know. I played Contra 3 with Ed on the Super Nintendo Classic, and I did real bad. So,
we still got to do Master in the World.
By the way,
we do.
Yeah. I try. We'll save it for later. I was gonna say something, Ed. By the way, I was going through my pictures because I upgraded my cloud storage stuff, and I was going through all my pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And I found the pictures when you came to visit, and when we were doing stuff, and it was a good time.
Yes,
that was a good time.
Oh.
They also showed this 4-player kind of weird cooperative game called Get Packed.
Steal somebody's stuff and not get caught. That's what I called it.
Yeah. I almost wanted.
How do we know that they're? How do we know that they're moving and they're not just stealing all that stuff?
That's what I was wondering. I'm just like, are they stealing something? Are they moving? I'm like, what is going on?
I was like, yeah, I can't wait to steal stuff from my friends because that's what that game is.
They showed Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then they showed a really fast montage of a bunch of games that showed off Tomb Raider and montage. I mean, the only game I recognized in that whole montage was Tomb Raider. It was so fast. I was like, yeah. I need to watch this at
I saw Tomb Raider. I saw Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
I saw Destiny.
And Destiny. I think I saw Doom. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doom. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
There were a few games there, on their website, which is really weirdly designed, by the way. There's a big word list, a word wall of all the games that they'll have.
I haven't been to the website yet.
And then at the end of the presentation, they had a whole bunch of floating logos. The one that everybody is questioning is Rockstar, which a lot of people think that Google's trying to get Rockstar to put Red Dead 2 on there as the PC version of the game.
You'll get GTA.
Yeah,
you will not be getting Rock. You will not be getting Red Dead.
I was like, they're gonna put GTA on there, so because it's the biggest game in the world. So I don't know what everybody's getting hyped about, And it's like, I get it. People want a PC version of Red Dead. That's fine, but you're not getting it. You're not getting it through there. First of all,
should I say this?
Yes.
Yeah, Red Dead's not that good.
I know.
Okay?
Thank you.
It's not that good.
I didn't even purchase it because I didn't.
GTA. I played it. I bought it. Gave it a fair shake. It's not that good. Grand Theft Auto's better.
I will switch that. I would say Red Dead Redemption 2 is better than Grand Theft Auto 5. We'll have a discussion about that another day.
Ray, in case you are new to Ed's opinions, Ed does not like Rockstar very much.
I have a respect for Rockstar, but I think one of the best games that came out from that company is Max Payne 3.
I'm not. It's not that I disagree. We're not far off from each other. It's not like I'm not really a big fan of many of the games, honestly. But Red Dead 2 just didn't do it for me. It was a simulation game, and it was less a game. It was more a simulation than a game.
I think when it got into the fights and stuff, that was fun.
Yeah, I guess, but it was few and far between. I had to. Like I said, we could talk about this a long time later on, but I don't know. I just did not have fun with Red Dead. I did. It was not fun for me.
Grand Theft Auto 5 was just too buggy for me. I have bugs in my eyes. And
we'll talk about that too, because I had a lot of problems with Grand Theft Auto 5 as well, both technically and like gameplay wise. So,
but the one thing about the Google Stadia thing that was the most interesting to me is that they had the Destiny Shadowkeep reveal.
It did,
yeah,
which was super interesting, and
I got to watch that trailer like 6 times because I watched it all live on stream.
Oh man,
well, they had the trailer to announce it, but they didn't have the gameplay.
No, but they had a little kind of almost like a mini Vidoc that went with it.
Yeah,
it was and this kind of bleeds into the Destiny Shadowkeep discussion that we're gonna have in a little bit, but like. Man, when you used to watch those old... I don't know if you guys watch a lot of Bungie's Vidocs or not, but like...
I've watched all of them.
This was really the first time I saw them feel... They looked relaxed, they looked collaborative, they looked comfortable, instead of like... sometimes you look at them and they look really tired and stressed and like, oh, we gotta, appease the overlords at Activision. I don't mean
the word I used was they looked relieved.
Yes,
the energy and dynamics of, just seeing them talk and express in their happiness and stuff. I was just like, I think them breaking away from Activision was a huge relief.
Only that, it's just like now they have the opportunity to do all the stuff that they've been wanting to do, and that feeling that when you all of a sudden have all the time in the world to do the thing that you've been wanting to do for so long. It's freeing, but also like terrifying at the same time.
Yeah,
Ray knows.
But, and the thing about it is just that after people saw the Bungie showcase, people have reinstalled Destiny 2.
Good.
People are really a lot of people.
It is a good game.
Destiny is plus like. Plus, like, I just to reiterate what you said, people reinstalling Destiny. Plus, like, this announcing this with the Season of Opulence and how people are like really receiving the Season of Opulence is like, I think people are they have a renewed faith in Destiny that I honestly haven't really seen since the Taken King came out. I mean,
Forsaken is the best thing they've done. Period.
Yeah, I mean, like people were excited for Forsaken, but then like. When Black Armory came out, people weren't thrilled with Black Armory, and the Season of the Drifter kind of, no pun intended, seemed to kind of drift by.
Because it was all Gambit and Gambit Prime, and Gambit's okay, but they built a whole season around it, and I was like, okay.
And yeah, but I mean, I agree with you. I think Forsaken is like one of the best things they've done since the Taken King, for sure.
It is.
And
I've run the Menagerie, and the Menagerie is incredible. It's the most fun I've had in Destiny. Yeah. Straight up.
That's this is the new matchmaking.
Yes, the new matchmaking activity. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it.
I haven't got a chance yet. I got a. I think I don't own Forsaken. I think I got the last two.
You have to be
it's on sale.
$690 light to do it.
Forsaken with the annual pass right now is $35.
And I think it's worth it. So get it.
Yeah.
It cost me $70 when I bought both of those.
I'm probably gonna pick it up. Yeah,
Well,
I'm probably gonna pick it up.
It cost me $80 times 2 because I bought it on both platforms. So.
Yeah, I'm getting it on one. I'm probably gonna buy it this Thursday.
You just throw money away.
I have friends that play Destiny on both platforms.
Right.
Sub to Bitcoin, that's all I'm saying.
Plus, I've run 2 Destiny podcasts, so
this is true. So investing is important.
By the way, Jesse brought up something to me. By the way, Jesse's not here today because
rest in peace, Jesse.
We're future proofing the show. Rest in peace, Jesse.
Future proofing the show.
Wow.
He's out with family and having way to do stuff with family on the week of E3, Jesse. Priorities, man.
Priorities, right?
Family. But Jesse brought something up to me the other day and was like, maybe Tower Casuals is not dead. And I'm like, oh? Who wants
Season 2?
Ooh. So, by the way, Tower Casuals is a short-lived Destiny podcast that we did for Nerds Gone Rogue, but then we tried to prioritize other things, and that kind of did not become a priority with time. So,
well, I mean, you're kind of getting at the hype of what Destiny's been for a long time. So
it was a seasonal show, just like Destiny in this expansion. It was in season 1.
Yikes!
Well, it wasn't a season. It wasn't planned to be a seasonal show. We just had to. We were trying to, we were doing Javelins for Hire, which also, well, let's say it died. Let's be fair. We started that show about 2 months before Anthem came out, because we wanted to have something ready in case Anthem blew up, and it blew up in our faces. And then we started Dark Zone Junkies, which was the Division show, and then I didn't really care for the Division all that much. I mean, it's a great game. I just, I just fell really far behind, and I was like, I don't really feel like playing this by myself, and I don't feel like being drugged through it. So, and then everybody else didn't really continue it. So, I don't know.
Which is funny because I'm the one that finished the Division 2 and Anthem.
I know.
And I wasn't on neither shows.
The only I know. Wow. So we're throwing around Tower Casuals again. But to get back into this Destiny discussion, like it felt really refreshing to see them in their element.
Yes.
Really almost for the first time, because with Halo, Microsoft owned them, right? So they were kind of meeting Microsoft deadlines, and that was pre-Phil Spencer. So, wasn't exactly like, here's some money, do what you want type deal.
Let's be real. Like pre-Phil Spencer, Xbox was a bad place to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean,
but we didn't know it at that time.
Exactly. We didn't really know, but it definitely turned out to be a bad place to have been.
Oh, man. So, but to see them really in their element and kind of creating this, I know we're going back to the moon, but to see, like, to hit those nostalgia points as well as, getting new content is just really, like, you saw Crota, you saw Gaul, Eris Morn's coming back, which we haven't seen since The Taken King, which I wonder how Cade's death is going to play into this story with her.
Yeah.
Specifically. And, like, the last time we saw Eris was after King's Fall. She took the essence of Oryx? Crota.
Or I think it was Crota.
Was it Crota?
I think she took the essence of Crota.
Okay. And now she's unleashing these nightmares on the moon. I don't know if she's unleashing them herself or whatever she did.
So they asked the question. Hey, it's like Dado asked the question because he was the one who was basically running the interviews. Dado asked the question just straight up: Is Eris a bad guy now? And they said, well, she's not necessarily a bad guy, but she's not doing good things for the Guardian. Like it was weird. I was like, okay,
she seems to be
interesting.
She seems to be that gray area character who is now messing with the darkness a little bit, and I think we're going to see the darkness come into play now. With
does this take place after Destiny 1? Correct.
Yes.
Everything right now is
which DLC?
Eris Morn showed up for the Taken King.
Yep, for the Taken King.
So this is continuation after Taken King? Because what's the one after Taken King?
Rise of Iron, which was.
I mean,
So
are we talking about
different.
the ones that matter?
Yeah, let's. Okay,
But
so
don't
here's
matter.
here's how it went, Ed. So Destiny 1 Vanilla, The Dark Below, which is the Crota expansion,
Crota. Which
House
I
of
think
Wolves,
should-
which was
for real.
the Prison of Elders and Skolas expansion, which was, oh boy, man, if you were running that pre light level update and you needed those boots from the Crota raid to get in there, it was like, ooh boy. Then we got the Taken King, and then we kind of just got a free year of weird content drops after the Taken King. And then we got the Rise of Iron, which was the one based around Siva and Sepkis Perfected, and you know, then that raid was really cool though. I really enjoyed the Wrath of the Machine raid, and then we got into Destiny 2 Vanilla, Osiris, Warmind, Forsaken, and then the seasonal stuff that's going on right now. So
And then Shadowkeep is the
newest
newest.
one. Yes,
It's the
newest.
newest and
The
probably
game-
the last one for Destiny 2.
yeah. The game's expansions are chronological and story wise. So
Okay.
you know, yeah, it's
Because I was just wondering. I'm just like, well, this has to be for the first Destiny, but I didn't know which story it picked up from, like the continuation.
yeah, it's Eris Morn's story is a continuation of the Taken King.
Taken King. Okay.
So, but yeah, man, that stuff they were showing, and you know, we saw Gaul, we saw Crota, we saw Skull. I think Skolas was in there at some point. You know, we saw all these old enemies. I want to know what this expansion is. Like, are we gonna go do this big crazy raid on the moon where it's literally just old bosses filling the void of like?
I kind of think so.
Yeah,
I kind of think so. We're gonna fight Crota again. We're gonna fight Oryx again. We're gonna fight.
And I
it's
wonder-
kind of a boss rush.
yeah. I wonder if I wonder if it's gonna be like the mechanics, like you have to carry the Skolas stuff where you have to carry or where you're like poisoned or whatever, and you have to like, oh man, this is awesome.
We'll
I
see.
think-
I think it's gonna be a combination of all those mechanics tied into one big beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we'll find more of it.
I hope they bring
more
back
about it in August.
Galahorn for Crota.
Galahorn will be lit. I want Galahorn back, please.
I mean, they're bringing
Did
back
someone
everything else.
mention that?
But they show what was the weapon they showed at the end?
The one that Eris was working on.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't know what it is, but I know it's definitely going to be an exotic in the game.
yeah. What if it's the Stranger's rifle?
An
An upgraded version of the Stranger's rifle.
Corey, if that's the strange, I'm gonna break stuff. I will break-
No, it's gonna be like the Kvostov, the exotic version from Rise of Iron.
just a big
where
old meme.
It's gonna be No Time to Explain, but it's gonna be set up like the Kvostov from the end of Rise of Iron, where you could choose the rate of fire, you could choose like the perks that you have on it, but it's still gonna be a really crappy weapon.
Wow.
That will be terrible. I hope that Bungie, please don't do this. I know you're what. Don't do this. Don't do this to me, please. Don't.
Well, let's talk about cross saves. I know me and
Yeah,
Corey was talking about
you
it.
guys
in-
talk about it real quick because I have to pee because I'm a
Old
terrible
man.
human being.
You're just old.
Great.
It's okay. You're just old.
So, cross save is coming along September 17th. I think along with Shadowkeep.
Yep, exactly right.
and-
And as well as New Light.
New Light. Okay. Let's jump a little bit before with New Light. Because we was talking on the pre-show. Is that for PC or is that going to be for all systems?
I would like to. I think it's for all systems. Like I think it'll be for everything.
So it's going to be something that you could just download off like Xbox Store.
It would be very silly of them to be like, "Oh, that's PC only." No. That's I believe, and I always say because I haven't seen that written anywhere. But like when they were talking about it, the way they were talking about it makes me believe that it's for everything.
Okay.
So it'll be PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC that you can get New Light on. Yeah.
Yes. Did you like that burn when Luke Smith said, "Yeah, it's kind of epic," but then they mentioned it was for Steam?
Yes.
I was just like that.
Because I was streaming it live and I go, "Oh no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't be like Epic Store exclusive." But then they said Steam. I was like, "Oh, thank God, you dodged a whole internet bullet." Oh boy. So yeah, no, that looks I'm excited for that. But cross saves mean that I will be buying this on PC. Well, at least waiting for the new light to come out and buy the expansion on both PC and on Xbox, because then I can play on both. Finally.
I have the game on PS4, but I gotta take some data. I gotta take some games off my system and put it on.
You don't need to reinstall Destiny on PS4. We're playing on Xbox now.
I have it on Xbox.
I know, but you don't need to reinstall it on PS4. No, don't do what I did.
But he has to in order to get his save off, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So
never mind.
Yeah.
I just walked in and I thought you were talking about starting a new character on PlayStation 4.
No. I just want to do the PS4 to get some trophies. If they'll let me, and then it'll be like, okay, yeah. After I played the demo on PS4, because that controller was holding her in my hand, I'm like, yep, I'm buying it on Xbox One. That's all to it.
Man.
But yeah, there and also everybody, there is no exclusives. They are done with that. So every content and release that they bring out is coming on everything. Everybody.
I think we're moving to a future, and this is just kind of a side tangent for a second. We're moving to a future where exclusive content for games is going away. Well, I think we're gonna get now going forward is more exclusive games. I think people are about to be mad about that because now we're about to get into that exclusive battle again. But exclusive content, it's done, I think.
Yeah. I think with exclusive games is that if that party is buying that game, like funding it, you can't be mad at them.
Right. Exactly.
If you're mad, and I think side tangent also, if you mad at Nintendo for funding Bayonetta 2, you can all read the story how Platinum, just like even Sega wouldn't give us the money, and they're our publisher. You know, Sony and Microsoft, they sold 360 and PS3 sold 1 million copies of Bayonetta, and they wouldn't fund the game. So you can't be mad at Nintendo because they funded the money. If Nintendo's gonna give out the money, Platinum gonna be like, we're gonna work.
That's what happened with Marvel versus this Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3. Oh, not versus. Oh no, did I spoil something? Was I supposed to say that? That's not happening. Sorry. Whoops.
So and I think and I think now with Bungie, you know, getting rid of the exclusives and stuff, I think with people reinstalling this game, I think they now have a stronger community that people are going to support Bungie, and keep them really in business to get more games from them, to get more Destiny content. I think people are finally happy that they're away from Activision, and now the support is going to be bigger than it ever has.
Yeah,
you know, it's one of the things that when we looked at Nintendo when Anuma came out and said that sorry we had to delay the Breath of the Wild. And he just came out there and apologized, and people still loved him. Bungie, like Luke Smith and the other guy, they came out and they apologized. They like, hey, it's an action shooter MMO. The dude said if it talks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Like, they literally came out and apologized, and I think that really made the community happy that they want to support Bungie more than ever.
Yeah,
so I think it's like if you're transparent with your audience, they'll understand. Just talk to them.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess we could just get into the stuff that they announced during their own live stream. By the way, speaking of the cross save stuff, I'm really excited for this because, like, I really want to see Destiny at 60 frames a second and play it at 60 frames a second. And, like, that's literally part of the reason why I'm
uncapped frame rate is beautiful, Destiny.
It needs to be, Destiny needs to be fast. It needs to be fast.
I really hope that whatever they do for Destiny 3, that at least on consoles that it runs at 60. And, like, I think maybe that's at least what Xbox is going to aim for. At least, but like, man, that's literally like 80% of the reason why I'm considering getting Stadia is because I want to see it run at 60.
I mean, I think, like I said, it's gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed outside of this is that nobody was just like, "Oh, bring this to Switch." Nobody didn't even no Nintendo.
So I'm glad that fodder is starting to die down. Not everything needs to be on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think with
everything needs to be on Switch.
I think with Destiny 2 is that they really had a lot to make up for. That's more important than putting this game on another console.
Oh.
Yes.
So,
what?
You know,
breaking news?
Hold on. I thought they said cross save was not active until September.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
September
It wasn't coming
17th?
until September 17th.
Right. Because they said they needed time to work with Sony
To get it figured out. Yeah, because Sony was
let me
Sony. The deal with Sony just got brokered like 2 days ago.
Let me read this real quick on IGN because they have an image that says cross save is now active.
Excuse me?
Murphed?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna read this article. No, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm gonna go down these bullet points. There's in that link I sent you guys in the show notes. There's a big image that says cross save is now active, but I wonder if it's just an image showing you how to do it. That's what I'm trying to find
Probably
first.
so. Because they mentioned that cross save wasn't coming to September 17th.
Yeah.
When they were talking about Shadowkeep. Because like when they showed the one at Google in the Google Stadia, they just said I think fall 2019, and then when Bungie showed the same trailer, Bungie ended up dating the game.
Yeah.
So, like,
okay. It looks like cross save's not coming till September. Okay. It's just an image that is showing you how it says cross save is now active. This service is now active. You can play your active characters on your linked accounts, and then it's just showing you how to do it, I guess.
Okay.
Well, boy, I got real excited for about 5 seconds.
Don't you love it? Yep, 5 seconds.
The one thing I want to know is, like, am I going to be able, like, I know my characters are going to go away probably on one of these platforms, but, like, can I at least, like, have my gear? Because I have stuff on PlayStation that I would really like to have on my Xbox character, like, I don't know, the Escalation Protocol shotgun and the Helm Save 14 and a couple of other things that I would really love to have. Like, is that just going to be unlocked if you link all your accounts together across?
I think it should be.
Because, like,
that exclusive contract is done with Sony. I think everything should.
I mean, those aren't even exclusives. Those are just things that I've just from playing on PlayStation that I've unlocked. And then I would like to move them to my Xbox stuff. But, like, I want to keep my Xbox characters, but I want some of the stuff from PlayStation.
I think so. I believe so. They'll probably move. And that's the reason why I mentioned when you mentioned PlayStation. I don't know what stuff is exclusive or not to them. But I'm thinking everything that was connected to Sony that was exclusive. I think now that's up for grabs. And if you got all that exclusive stuff on PlayStation, you want to transfer it. I think it will happen.
Yeah, that's just like my thing though. It's like I just want to know if I can at least have some stuff that I've unlocked already. Not that it's not like super important to do, but like exotics are really hard to come by, and I love the Helm Save 14 because it's where did Ray go? He just kind of slid out of the way.
Yeah, I think that's part of the thing that they're working with Sony about to get all of that transferred.
So I mean, I mean, not that they're gonna like interact with me really because they're so busy, but like I reached out to Bungie and asked them that, and I also reached out to a couple podcasts that I listen to that are going to interview Bungie within the next couple weeks, so we'll see.
At Dado might know.
I could probably ask him.
Ask him because I feel like that's an important question. There were a lot of really weird exclusive guns that I'm not sure if they're all gonna work on between Xbox, PC, and PS4 because they were exclusive to PS4.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that it literally just won't come with your character because of the weird exclusive stuff, and it's just kind of in the past. And so it's like, you get your character, what else do you want? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not that, it's like, okay, it's not like Xur's not going to sell the Helm Save 14 at some point, and it's not like I can't just run with you through
Maybe that's what they'll do. They'll just be like, hey, Xur's selling all the stuff that was exclusive to other consoles. Go buy it if you want it.
Yeah, or like, it's not like we can't just run through.
Remember, they can't change his inventory. Remember, they can't do that.
Oh yeah.
Of course you can, Bungie.
Also, we can like run through Escalation Protocol, and I find me a key to unlock the chest and run through Escalation Protocol now.
Okay, I just want to play Destiny now. Okay, let's do the show and then let's just go play Destiny. Okay,
right. Destiny 2. Yep. Not Destiny 2.
I mean, not when I say Destiny, I'm referring to Destiny 2. Like
that's the thing.
I mean, I think when anybody refers to Destiny, they're just, when they're playing Destiny, they're playing the most current version of Destiny, which is Destiny 2 Forsaken,
2.1,
Season
2.8.
of Opulence.
Exactly. That's exactly. So I'm not gonna say all that. I'm just gonna say I'm playing Destiny.
Yeah, yeah.
Destiny 2.8.
Jeez, 2.8 final remix plus
Ultra.
Is this going to be a Kingdom Hearts thing now?
Oh,
probably.
No. I'll finish that one day. LOL.
I'll
Destiny Dumb Hearts 2.8 final chapter prologue remix over 35,000.2 days.
Escalation Protocol
remix.
Right, my Kingdom Hearts 3 is still in the plastic, and I brought this like about 3 months ago when I brought Ni no Kuni.
I started playing it, but then there was a time there were other games to play.
There was a time where I was really into Kingdom Hearts, and that time was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a big.
Was that when you walked away?
I'm a really big Disney fan. You know, like I love Disney. Like I like video games, and I enjoy most of the Final Fantasy games. Like this, and I know
Final Fantasy's not in this game.
I know. I've heard Final Fantasy's not really in Kingdom Hearts 3, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I like Square games. I like Kingdom Hearts. Like, as a theory, boy, man, watching that, it just,
like Kingdom Hearts 3 is rough.
I have zero interest in playing it. Like, I want to be interested in playing it, but I'm just not.
I tried. I really did. I bought it and I tried and I got through the first few worlds and I'm like, I'm just not into this anymore.
And they have the movies, and they have the movies I want too. They have the movies I want too, like Toy Story, Big Hero 6.
Tangled. They have Big Hero 6 and Frozen. I was like, I'm in, and I didn't even make it to those planets. I might, like I said, I might finish it one day.
Planets.
One day. They are planets in the game.
I know.
The worlds.
I just like, that's just funny. Speaking of planets, let's talk about what they ran down at the Destiny live stream here. Destiny franchise is finally adopting the term MMO. That will allow them to do a lot of things that other games have for years. Going forward, the world will become ever evolving. Destiny 2 will become a platform for future expansions. Destiny 2 can now be played anywhere. That does include PC, Stadia, PlayStation 4, and Xbox. It will utilize a cross-save feature, meaning you could easily move between each console of your choice. This one's the most interesting thing. There will be a base game called Destiny 2 New Light that will be a free-to-play version of the game. You will start on the Cosmodrome from Destiny 1 and have access to the majority of the base content of the game, which I take this as like the Eyes Up Guardian. You wake up in the Cosmodrome, you run through, you grab the Kvastov, you run through, shoot all the guys, get to the tower, and
it's
then
on fire. Everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like, how do they explain all the story from Destiny 1 to get you to the point to start?
There wasn't
Destiny
a lot.
2?
Like, very easily, I think. One cutscene will do. I honestly think so.
You think it'll just be one of those motion graphics like you get at the beginning of each expansion?
I think so.
I was about to say like almost like Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 3.
That's too involved. No.
Yeah, that's too much. But no,
have you ever watched the motion graphics in Destiny?
They're like, this is what happened, and then.
But that's how
Mass
it looks.
Now you have to protect us from these people.
But that's how Mass Effect 3 was.
These motion graphics look like highly produced PowerPoint presentations.
They do,
so.
And they work though. They work.
It's true.
I'm still trying to figure out what the heck Destiny 1 was all about. I'm still confused about that.
I mean, so am I, and I've played 1,100 hours of Destiny 1.
2 words: Stranger's Rifle.
Probably so.
What's the probability we'll see the Stranger come back in a future expansion?
If we ever see the Stranger, I will want to punch her in the face.
I hope the Stranger is the boss of the final Destiny expansion ever made.
God. It's like, you left me all those years ago. No, nothing. You just left.
All right, so you start in the Cosmodrome. There will never be a platform exclusive content again. Destiny 2 will be moved from the Blizzard launcher onto Steam, which is really interesting that Blizzard and Activision are going to stop support of the already existing version, but they will have services set up to help you transfer your saves and or characters over to the Steam version. Bungie has said that only Bungie and the players who play Destiny will decide what happens with the game moving forward. Nice.
I like it.
Armor in Destiny will now allow for transmogrification, meaning you can give your favorite armor set stats of the piece you like, similar to what Diablo does. So if you're into that, and I think World of Warcraft does it too. I'm assuming. So finishers are being added to each character, allowing them to perform a fatality. A fatality-like move that as you defeat your foes, which is really interesting. Probably kind of like the assassination stuff from Halo is kind of what I'm getting from that.
I was getting like Captain America coming down.
Captain America? What?
Like how he punches down with his shield and stuff?
Oh, like when he lands? Like a superhero landing?
Yeah.
The Hunter one looks pretty lit. I like it.
Yeah. Everything released up to now will be made available for $40 starting today. Going forward, all content will be delivered a la carte. The upcoming Destiny 2 Shadowkeep expansion will be a standalone and does not require the base game. It will cost $35. New players will be able to access content much faster than in the past, but Bungie is still determining how long that will be, so a player can get accustomed to the world but not feel overwhelmed. Raids and other substantial content will require the expansions for players to enter. Entering with Destiny New Light. While the Destiny 2 Shadowkeep base game will cost $35, the Shadowkeep Collector's Edition will cost $149.99. It will include an emblem code, a Hive cryptograph replica, a metal Luna mission container, a Luna mission handbook, a Luna journal, artifacts from the Golden Age, and a digital copy of the soundtrack and other in-game bonuses. Man,
it's a lot.
Can we just stop this podcast now and play Destiny?
I told you that's what I want to do.
No, we can't. We got one more story. Then we could.
I know we'll get there, but I'm very excited for Shadowkeep. I'm very excited for Destiny moving forward.
Yes, please. I want all of it.
I mean, my table over here is just set up with Destiny stuff because, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like most players, since Destiny launched, like the original Destiny, I've had a really up and down relationship with this game. I've always loved the lore and the characters and stuff, but man, the ups and downs of this game have just kind of, and that still happens. I loved playing Forsaken, but when Black Armory and Season of the Drifter came out, like I was just like, maybe I'll put it down for a while, and that was on PlayStation, and now I'm like, man, now I should probably do something on Xbox since that's where I'm playing. I just, Ray, I'm sure you've experienced it too. Moving from how awesome Vault of Glass was to Crota's End and then Prison of Elders.
Yeah, it's been a very rough relationship.
and then we got the Taken King, which was awesome, and then Destiny 2 got delayed, so we got Rise of Iron, which, Wrath of the Machine raid was pretty cool, but the expansion was not. So, I mean, that was interesting. And then we got Destiny 2 launched, which was like kind of a mixed bag, like finally got a halfway decent campaign mixed with, no end game. But the raid was cool, so I don't know. I'm excited moving forward. Does anybody have anything else to say about Destiny besides that's all I want to play right now?
Okay, go ahead, Ed. My bad.
Destiny 1, when I finished the campaign, I put it back in the box and uninstalled it. Destiny 2, I kept it on. Really enjoyed what it has to offer. But I put it in the box and ready for all the DLC and the content. And it just feels good. Like every time I visit this game, I get sucked back in because the shooting is so good, the gameplay. I continue to have a ball with it. So I'm looking forward to the next content that they release. Just like everybody else who saw the stream, just like it's exciting to see Bungie feeling excited to make this product better and really make it their own. Like it doesn't feel like a corporate Activision game. It literally feels like this is from Bungie, and this is from the Bungie fan base and anyone who's a Destiny fan. And if you want to become a Destiny fan, we have options here for you guys to play it, so you can become.
I mean, just anecdotally, I think this Destiny New Light version is going to get a lot of people who've always wanted to try Destiny into Destiny, right? And like, you know, if they don't like it, they didn't pay anything for it, you know. And I think that, you know, you see that with the success of Fortnite and Apex and all these kind of free to play games where like there's no financial commitment to jump in, and I think that's why these games are so popular. And like, if you want to spend money in the game, you can, right? If you want to do these things, you can pay for them, right? Like that's such a smart move. Which, Ed, when you told me that you thought maybe they would announce Destiny was going free to play, I was like, I don't know, man. That sounds like a big risk for a big game like this. And then they came out and said, hey, a lot of the base game is free. Just so. All right, we're going to move on to our final story. Ed, you have concocted a list of leaked games before E3. And yes, I am aware that most of E3 starts tomorrow on the live stream. But by the time this episode comes out on podcast feeds, most of E3 will be over. So that's the advantage you get for watching us live. Twitch.tv/CNX show. Should just click the follow button. Ed, what is this giant list of games you've amassed?
So just within Friday, before even like the tape of this is tape
Friday night,
we got Friday itself. We just got tons of crazy news. So first of all, Watch Dogs Legions was rumored, and then it got leaked, and then Ubisoft confirmed it. But then something came out of Microsoft, which is Bleeding Edge by Ninja Theory. It's a 4 versus 4 multiplayer action style combat game. Looks really good. The combat director is from DMC Devil May Cry. One of my favorite DMC games. Like, really loved it.
I love DMC a lot.
Check out what episode season 2 of Pod and Play. If you guys can find that episode, you would thoroughly enjoy that conversation and just that gameplay. Nino Kuni for Switch and a remastered edition
for all platforms. But yeah. Oh, sorry. You cut out. You cut out after you said Switch, and then it sped up real quick. I was like, oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Nino Kuni for Switch. I think, is it a remaster? It's just a remaster for everything, right?
Yeah. It's a remaster for everything. Not as much as for everybody else, but like Switch basically is going to get the base version of it. It's got some updates, but everything else is like a true remaster.
It's kind of like when Valkyria Chronicles Remastered came out for PS4, and then the Switch version got, you know, not the remastered version, but had a couple extra things to it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Is it coming out for Xbox also?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we got Elden Ring by From Software, Bandai Namco, and George R.R. Martin. This is kind of the alleged secret game that they've been working on. Tales of Arise by Bandai Namco. This is alleged rumor that this is the next Tales game. Spyro for the Spyro collection for Switch is allegedly coming to Nintendo's platform, but we all expected that to happen. So there was nothing too new about that.
I would play Spyro on Switch. I was never like a big Spyro fan. Like I not that I like wasn't into it. I just didn't own a PlayStation. Mm-hmm. So I was just, you know, I waited because I thought, hey, this game will probably come to Switch eventually. I will probably play it on there, which is the same with the Crash Insane trilogy. Like, I played it on Switch because I was like, it'll probably come there eventually.
Yeah, and then we got some confirmed games. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair got announced from Playtonic.
Looks awesome.
It looks really good. It's going to be a mixture of 2D and 3D gameplay overworld, so you guys be able to check that one out. Dream Daddy is coming to Switch. This is the daddy simulating game that you could date a dad. It was on mobile, I think, last year. It's a homoerotic kind of game.
I don't think it's really erotic. I think it's just a dating sim
with dads. Yeah, that's what it is. I would call it just a dating sim. That's what it is.
Yeah. For it to become the Switch, that's kind of cool. Destroy All Humans is getting remastered.
I'm excited about.
Really? That's the game you're excited about on this list?
It's funny enough, yes, because I had a blast with that game as a kid. It was super weird. I enjoy weird games, and that is one of the weirdest games.
Me and Corey are probably excited for this one. Darksider Genesis looks amazing.
Looks awesome.
I
love. I mean, I know Darksiders is not great, but I love those games. They're so dumb.
Yeah, I love the art style, and that box art is amazing, dude. Like, I want a poster of that box art.
So is this? Did they confirm that this was a prequel?
It's a side game.
Oh, I know it's a side game, but is it a prequel? Like no, I heard it.
No, it's the next actual step in the story, and they decided to use Strife in this manner, and I'm mad.
TSU said it's a side game. It's not Darksiders 4.
Darksiders.
Well, I would say
Darksiders
it's a bridge game. It's not Darksiders 4, but it's a bridge game.
Yeah, dude. You know what they should have done? Platinum Games should do a Strife game.
Yes, and it would be amazing. I was like, at first I was really disappointed because I was like, oh my god, is this actually what Darksiders 4 is going to be? This is how you're going to do Strife. Strife is the coolest of them, and that's what you're going to do. And then they were like, oh, it's a stopgap game essentially. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's just a bridge game, basically to tell the story, give more story than what we would get from 4 right away, so we understand what's happening, because 3 didn't actually do as much as it was supposed to. So they're going to tell more story. We'll get 4, and it'll be all of them, and it'll be great.
Well, we shall see.
Plus, it's not Gunfire doing it. It's Joe Mad's new studio.
Yeah.
The original.
It's the Battle Chasers studio. So
yes,
which they have to redeem themselves. So yes.
So another one, FIFA Street, is coming to. Got announced. That got confirmed. And that got confirmed before EA Play.
Well,
started.
it's being added to FIFA 2020.
Okay,
it's not a separate game. It's a game mode being added to 2020, but it's not coming to the Switch version. Which, by the way, I'm going to read this to you from Nintendo Life about the Switch version of FIFA.
Go ahead.
FIFA 20 on Switch will be a scaled-back, quote, legacy edition based on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions of this year's game. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's going to be a yikes for me, dog.
Yeah, okay. So we're on the path.
Big yikes.
Yeah. So, the last game that I want to mention is called Omega Labyrinth Life. This is coming out for Switch August 1st, and this is the thing about it, and you guys can read this on Nintendo Life. This game got censored, it got canceled by Sony, so it never got a chance to come to the PS4 and the Vita, due to the fact of some of the things that of course it's anime girls, but some
anime
of the stuff,
boobs.
Yeah. So like
you have my attention again.
So there's a thing like you get an item, and in order to revive it and stuff, you have to put it between your breasts and like shake your breasts on it to show what it is. The characters' boobs, they all start small, but then they get gigantic. So
what?
They have a trailer on Nintendo Life. You have to.
What is this game?
Omega Labyrinth Life, and this is the thing about it. The Switch version is getting a localized English uncensored version. PS4 is getting the censored version of this game. So if you guys want to see more, go to Nintendo Life. It looks kind of cute, top-down action RPG. I think
it's very light on the action RPG.
You said it's Omega Labor Life?
Yeah, Labyrinth Life.
Labyrinth.
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 Labyrinth. Like a real word. There you go.
A real word.
I'm sorry, everybody. Labyrinth.
Don't apologize.
That's how I learned it in school. I apologize.
Phone down for PS4. No, we have a black scent. We have to embrace it.
Yes. So those are the games that have been confirmed.
Did you just say you have a black scent?
That's exactly what I said.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's exactly what I said.
Yes.
I feel left out.
Me and Ray had this connection.
Don't feel left out. But I'm buying this game for science.
For science.
I'm buying this game because it's me. I love anime.
Yep. We'll be buying this game for science.
Yes. Well, Corey knows more about me than. But yeah, those are the games that have been confirmed and games that have been alleged, with some confirmation. So definitely with Ninja Theory's game, that's probably the game, one of the games of the 14 titles that they're going to be showcasing. The video is out there, but it says confidential, so we will see what happens. A lot of people.
Oh, I was going to touch on Ninja Theory's game. Is that where you're going? Is that where you're going? Was Ninja Theory's game?
Yeah.
It's a 4v4 melee action game. It seems like it might be one of those games that's not going to be $60. It seems like one of those games. Like it seems like this game really seems like it's set up for a Apex Legends Fortnite model where you can purchase skins and stuff. That's what this really seems like to me, with Ninja Theory Combat.
Yeah, it's been hinted that there's going to be a beta for it. I believe June 27th. For it, but we shall see at Microsoft conference. So, yeah, those are the games that's kind of been allegedly announced, not actual confirmed, and some of the games that have been actually confirmed, but weren't part of the E3 releases. So there is a hint about Marvel's Avengers for Square Enix. And there are theories that's out there, but we won't know anything until Monday night for a confirmation on it. I know, Ray, you have some theories about it. And I think me and you've been talking about it, Ray, like posting and stuff. But we definitely shall see. And I'm kind of in agreement with what you said, Ray. You mentioned that you'll get to create kind of your character and then go on that adventure.
Like X-Men Destiny.
If we could talk about this for a second.
Yeah, go ahead. Ray.
With Square Enix's Avengers game, the way that they've all of the text that we've seen about it kind of indicates that we aren't playing as the Avengers. The time of heroes has passed, quote unquote. And I think it's going to be very much a created character type thing, like X-Men Destiny, but more robust, where you can create your own hero and fight alongside the Avengers, after whatever I don't know where this universe is going to pick up, because this is kind of the jumping off point, because we've confirmed. I don't know if it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think from the hints we've seen, it's not connected to Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man. Yeah. So this is a whole different universe they're creating. It sounds like a games as service, so it's like a live game where the world is going to change actively. There's going to be cosmetics that you can buy and upgrade stuff, and it sounds very much like that. I'm just trying to mentally prepare people for like, I don't think we're going to be playing as just Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, because that doesn't have staying power. You'll play that and then you move on to the next thing.
See, that sounds way more interesting to me than like, because like the big thing was like, oh, it's rumored to be a games as a service thing, and it's like, well, if you're trying to do that, what if two people want to play as Iron Man? Are you just gonna have two Iron Mans flying around?
Marvel heroes. All I gotta say. So they've tried that. They know it doesn't work.
Well, do they though? Because Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out in about 6 weeks.
But I still think that there's a special place in this segment for that type of game.
Yeah,
I really do. I think that it's a little too late for sure, because that game should have come out like 12 years ago.
Yeah,
but I feel like in this time and place where people are like, everything of Marvel, everything Avengers is like hype right now. So that game will do well. Yeah. It just will, just based off the IP. But this Square Enix game will be different, and I think it's gonna turn some people off because of how different it's gonna be.
But you know what? I think with comic book games that's coming out, and everybody also Rocksteady is not going to be at E3, so we won't know their next game until
the main studio, but I think the Montreal studio might be there.
But okay, so the 3 comic book games that we know about is Marvel, the Marvel Avengers for Square Enix, Ultimate Alliance 3 from Nintendo and Koei Tecmo, and Marvel, and then DC Universe coming out for Switch. Those are the 3 ones that's kind of been announced that we know. And I think with just those 3 games, that's a good time for comic book fans and just gamers in general. Like, you started off with Spider-Man for PS4, and it did wonders. Congratulations to that.
Yeah, they did it really well. That's why.
Yes. Yes.
They took the time and did a great game.
So we are in a good time of getting great comic book games. We shall see in the future what this leads to, because I literally think that, you know, maybe they could jump into Vertigo or Image Comics and stuff. Like, I think there could be more comic book games coming out from different studios, and they have did their research, they have did their development, and I think it's going to be a good time to be a owner of those games.
Agreed.
Yep. Agreed. Sorry, Ed. Go ahead. Sorry.
Last but not least, we all saw Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
We probably won't spend too much time on this because we did talk a little bit about the pre-show. Ray, can I hear your thoughts first before I say?
Fallen Order looks like the best parts of I'm not gonna compare it to anything. So seeing this makes me feel like how I felt when I saw Uncharted 2 for the first time, except Star Wars. I know we all remember Star Wars 1313. Rest in peace. I really wanted that game so bad. But I'm very happy that this is the game that's gonna be in its stead, and I hope that this is a trend going forward for more Star Wars games. Star Wars games outside of Battlefield should be dedicated single-player story-based experiences. That's Star Wars. Do more of that.
And they did say this one is canon, so
exactly, it is canon. It takes. You saw, if you watched any of it, there's some Rogue One characters in it, so you definitely know that it's actually canon. So like it looks awesome. The combat looks like. So we saw like the bare bones combat, and I'm like, at first I was a little wary because I'm like, these are a lot of the same combos. A lot of the same, rinse, repeat. This is how you kill enemies. I'm like, okay. But then they assured you that it does get they throw more intense enemies at you later on, less like spammy, but more like strategy type enemies you have to fight. So I'm hoping I'm hoping that's true. Because what we saw in the demo was very much like, rinse, repeat, same type of actions, attacks to get rid of them. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's a general action game in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, but that's all I want.
A lot of the stuff felt familiar because, like, the double jump, we seen that, like, the physics and the slowdown. So it was cool.
Game.
Yeah, so, like, we seen all of that. I was telling Corey before we, like, started recording and everything, I was just like, we know what we've seen was alpha gameplay, so the game is not finished. They're still working on it. I think they still got to add the lighting to it and some of the shading.
It did look a little dark, didn't it?
Yeah. It kind of felt like there were some things missing and some things didn't pop, so it had a little bland palette to it.
They probably had this demo ready to go. They had to get it ready like 3 months ago.
3 months ago. Yeah, right. Exactly. And then I will say the force powers look awesome. They worked. You could tell they put some serious work into those. That, like, the force stuff looks great. Like when they were pulling the troopers with the dual blades towards him, and they would like throw down the staff to like kind of prevent being pulled, and then like fly at you and hit you. It looks super good. So I'm like, for alpha, that looks awesome.
Yeah,
it reminds me in a sense, and this is going to be crazy because Nintendo used Unreal Engine to do Breath of the Wild, and how you pull with the magnet. It kind of gave me that feeling.
A little bit.
I've always said this to people, like, my favorite things about Star Wars have never really been the movies. Like, I enjoyed the movies enough, but like my favorite things is what they do outside it. Like Knights of the Republic is still one of my favorite games, even though it's like a little dated, gameplay.
I'm playing that on my phone. LOL.
Wow. Man, you just threw me off.
Is it backwards compatible on Xbox?
Yep. It's on Game Pass too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have it. I may pop it in.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Except for like queuing up your stuff, but you can still move around, and it's really confusing because you go back and play that after Mass Effect, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot. These are almost D&D style rules of queuing up moves.
That's on Game Pass. I think I'm gonna download that and I'm gonna play that.
That was not a good intro to me to BioWare. That made me really have feelings.
By the way,
content about BioWare.
By the way, remember Jade Empire?
Yes, I do. I would love a sequel to that.
That was a good one. But anyways,
Yeah.
Star Wars. This almost looks like what I kind of wanted Force Unleashed to feel like at some point.
Yeah, I mean, well, definitely story wise. Let me tell you. But they say that they've made this more like Dark Souls combat than Force Unleashed, which is I feel like a really good move.
Yeah, I feel like there's an interesting way to go, especially since we've seen Jedi in the movies at least do both of like super quick combat and then really strategic combat.
And then the really bonkers stuff. Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah, I think it looks cool. I don't know. I have faith because it's Respawn, you know. So we'll.
I mean, I will say that my expectations are a little low.
Yeah.
Only because like we've been burned a lot by Star Wars games recently.
That's where I was getting.
I'm kind of like I'm going in cautiously optimistic. It looks fun, but I'm not saying, oh my god, I can't wait to play this game. You know, like I want to play it.
Here's the thing. I just want it to be a fun game. I don't. It doesn't need to be a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want it to be a fun, interesting Star Wars game, and which clearly we haven't really gotten in a while. So, and don't get me wrong, Battlefront was okay. Like it was fine. Like I don't really have any affection for the old games, but like they were fun enough to me as a multiplayer experience, which I played for maybe a week or two, and then I was like, I'm moving on to something else. So, but this one definitely looks good. So, are there any other games you guys want to touch on before we?
I mean, I would talk about some stuff that leaked, but I'm like, I'm just gonna wait until it actually gets announced, and then we'll talk about it. So that way, I have more to talk about. It's actually announced.
Yeah. I kind of I feel you there, and like
because there are two more games that Ed did mention that got leaked. That I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about them.
What titles?
We'll talk about it after we get off. But yeah, because I'd rather like speculate about them offline.
Yeah, because I was just catching like looking at Nintendo Live, some stuff on Twitter and Game Informer. So I don't know if I missed anything.
Yeah, so like the next couple days are gonna be a little weird for us as a group because like there will be reactions by various members here and Jesse also, right? Because like
yes.
I would like to really have some sort of reaction videos to this stuff. Also, Ed and I
I have a reaction video for Jedi Fallen Order going up hopefully before the end of the day. So, yeah.
So, Ed and I, and if Jesse and Ray are available Tuesday night, we're going to talk about the Nintendo stuff.
I will be available.
Well, I know, but sometimes like I don't want to take away from your stream stuff, but
no, you good.
Also like, so we're going to talk about the Nintendo stuff. Obviously, I think Sunday night, right, Ed? We're going to talk about Bethesda and Xbox at some point.
Yes.
And I know that you and Jesse might do something right after the conference, but I won't be available until that night.
Yeah, when Jesse gets home, we're going to try to probably record another discussion so that we could get his thoughts from Microsoft and probably from Bethesda and everything. So we're going to have overnight observation, I should say.
Yeah.
And then
stuff, and then Wednesday, Ed, we're going to try to cover some stuff too. So we're going to have all kinds of E3 stuff dropping from us next week. They might not be right on time, but they will be available for you at some point next week, just because like schedules and, I have to work to, so, yeah. Money is important in life.
It is.
Yes.
And, yeah, so that's kind of the plan going forward this week with E3. All the audio stuff of our discussions will be going up on the NX Show feed also, so look out for that. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening this week, and you're gonna see a lot of us this week. So yeah, that's about it. That's going to wrap up this episode of the NX Show. I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember, you can catch us live on twitch.tv/the NX Show. Pre-show starts around 1, and then we'll move into the podcasts at around 1:30, and you can watch us live, or you can catch us on your favorite podcast service and YouTube. on Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember, we are giving away Super Mario Maker 2. Those giveaway details are at the top of the show, so scroll back and find out. Pretty simple. Screenshot your subscriptions and then send it to us. But full details at the top of the show. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The NX Show. You can like us on Facebook at The NX Project and join us on YouTube, youtube.com/The NX Project. And, of course, you can find all of our content and live streams on codenamenx.com. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at That Retro Code. You can check Optional Opinion on SoundCloud and other podcast apps. I will have episodes dedicated to different shows, and I will be watching the PC Gaming Show. So you guys will be also check that out here on NX and on Optional Opinion. And yeah.
Nice. Ray, where can we find you?
You can find me just about everywhere at Ray Apollo. That's me, RayApollollo. No space. Mostly on Twitch, though. For E3, we're hosting every major conference. I'll be co-streaming the Microsoft show with the Cookout community Sunday night, and that'll be a ton of fun. But every other show, minus the ones I do with you guys, I will be streaming on my channel, or it will be hosted in my channel, and I'll be hanging out in the chat. So you can come talk with me, and I'll be watching it with you. So we'll have a good time regardless, even if it's just in the chat. So I will have reaction videos going up to all of the major announcements. I'm not going to do it to everything because that's just exhausting. So all the major announcements, all the trailers that I'm interested in, I will be having reaction videos going up as well on my YouTube channel, which is also just Ray Apollo. So look forward to that.
Yes. One last thing, everybody. I know there's going to be Treehouse Live going on. Mm-hmm. So depending on what's being shown and stuff, we'll be trying to catch you guys on that news. And we might not have no reactions, but we're going to try to collect all that information that they announce, because sometimes Nintendo will have a game that they didn't show in the Direct, no one knew about, and it's a shadow drop or something.
Metroid Samus Returns.
So yes. So
Federation Force 2. What?
Hopefully we can.
I'm gonna ignore that.
Hopefully we could get you guys some more information on that. So yes, stay tuned. Sorry about that. I'm dying over here. Stay tuned to codenamenx.com and to our Twitch and our streams and stuff, and you guys will be able to check out our thoughts, opinions, reactions, and hype, and our snacks. Hopefully everybody have their snacks.
I love snacks. I'm a snack. Don't forget.
Speaking of snacks, I need lunch because I did not eat lunch before we started recording.
Either. I made a mistake. I went mowed lawn this morning, didn't eat. I had too many donuts, didn't eat nothing. I'm dying.
Big mistakes, man. Mistakes were made. You can find Jesse at Phantom NXS on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch now, so you can go follow him there. You can also follow me. I'm Corey. You can follow me at CoreyNHD713 on Twitter, CoreyNHD on Instagram and Twitch. I will be live streaming tonight from there. Probably some Destiny. The grind is real, so you can follow us there. You can also find me on the Nerds Gone Rogue podcast and on nerdsgonerogue.com. Also, you can also find me at codenamenx.com, where we will be doing all kinds of videos and stuff too. So, like Ed said, we're going to be doing some reaction videos to the Nintendo stuff Tuesday night. Probably live, honestly, on the NX Show feed that night, just because it'll be fun to get some Twitch interaction with that too. And yes, later on YouTube, we're going to have reactions to everything. So, yeah, I want to thank everybody so much for watching. And until next week, we love you.
Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo.
Here's a